I think complete naman guro ta. So, next. Next is concrete mixture. So, what is concrete mixture and its objective? The objective in mixing concrete is to use more aggregates and as little cement as possible, while maintaining the workability necessary for a successful pouring and consolidation. Next. So, concrete mixture. For structural concrete poured in accessible small areas around reinforcing bars, it is necessary to overfill the voids or spaces around the aggregate and reinforcement using a free-flowing cement in water-phase form. On the contrary, pavement where the slab is open and thin with an access to manipulate from the surface, a drier mixture can be poured inside the form with ease and a success. Thus, a higher percentage of aggregate and a less fluid cement water paste can be used. Next. So, on how to reduce the amount of cement water paste and the cost of the mixture, we have to first allow the larger size of aggregate that can be accommodated in the pavement slab. Second, ascertain the aggregate is uniformly graded from coarse to fine. Third, avail of the biggest quantity of coarse aggregate consistent with proper workability. Fourth, adopt the lowest lump consistent with the proper pouring and finishing. Next. So, the test that needs to be conducted is for concrete pavement, the specified value of slump is 1 to 2 or 2 to 3 inches. The slump test is the old traditional and most widely used method in determining the consistency of concrete. A truncated cone of metal sheet 12 inches high with the base and top diameters 8 inches and 4 inches respectively is filled in 3 layers with fresh concrete. Each layer is rounded 25 times. Then the cone is lifted up vertically, allowing the concrete to subside. The slump is the height in inches that the top of the specimen falls. So I think kita tanan is familiar na ta sa slump test. Next. So next is the Kelly ball method. So mo na kanang picture guys mo na siya ang ano sa Kelly ball method. So another way of testing the consistency of concrete is by the Kelly ball method. The apparatus is a metal cylinder 15 centimeters diameter and 12 centimeters high with hemisphere bottom shape weighing 14 kilograms. A graduated handle rising from the top of ball passes through a metal frame that is 30 centimeters apart. The ball is placed on the surface of the fresh concrete. Its penetration is measured by comparing its position with that of the frame. So, ang advantage ng sa Kelly ball method is that reading could be taken immediately on the concrete being poured on the roadway. On the contrary, on the other hand, the slump test requires more time but could be conducted only on selected samples. So therefore, concrete mixture is determined by the trial batch method until after the desired mixture is obtained as final proportion for the succeeding mixture. Next. So, polymer concrete. So what is polymer concrete? Polymer concrete could be used alone or in combination with Portland cement to bind aggregates together, producing concrete. So first type of polymer concrete. It's the polymer impregnated concrete. Oh my, what? So polymer impregnated concrete. It is Portland cement concrete impregnated with monomer after curing. So what are those monomers used for impregnation? These are the methyl methacrylate, styrene, and so on. Kani siya ang kaning lima. Ay, lagi. Then the partial or surface impregnation improves. The impregnation improves the durability and chemical resistance, while total or in-depth impregnation improves structural properties of concrete. Next. So what are those steps in doing impregnation? So step 1 is casting conventional concrete elements. Step 2, curing of elements. Step 3, drying and evacuation. Step 4, soaking the dried concrete in monomer. Step 5, sealing the monomer. Step 6, polymerizing the monomer. So, polymerization is carried out by thermal catalyst technique. In this method, after monomer a catalyst mixture penetration and then heating the concrete to 70 to 90 degrees Celsius for few hours. So, what are those properties of polymer impregnated concrete or PIC? So first is the polymer concrete gains cube compressive strength more than 1000 Newton per millimeter squared. This strength is irrespective of the strength of the conventional concrete. Second property, the flexural strength of polymer impregnated concrete is usually about 15 Newton per millimeter squared. This is slightly higher than the highest strength plain concrete that is made from normal ingredients. So the elastic modulus lies in the range from 30 to 16 Newton. This value is similar to the value that is obtained from high strength concrete. Fourth, the polymer impregnated concrete possesses lesser creep and shrinkage problems due to a lesser number of pores. So fifth, the polymer impregnated concrete is highly resistant to acid attack, sulfate attack, and chloride attack when compared with PCC. Next. So, what are the applications of PIC? So, we can use PIC on surface impregnation of bridge decks, in which the bridge decks are allowed to undergo impregnation to avoid the intrusion of moisture, chemicals, as well as chloride ions. The bridge decks constructed in the areas of high salt water and moisture exposure can be protected by this method. Second is it can also be used on underwater and marine applications. The ability of polymer impregnation help in improving the structural properties, resistance to water absorption, and impermeability properties of the concrete structure. This makes them be widely used in underwater construction and for marine structures. The structures constructed in desalination plants and seafloor structures use this method of concrete construction. It has been observed that the partial impregnation of the concrete piles in the seawater reduces the corrosion of steel reinforcement by 24 times. Next. So another type is polymer cement concrete or PCC. So what are these? So it is a pre-mixture of cement paste and aggregate wherein a monomer is mixed before curing. So it is usually made by replacing a part of the mixing water with a latex or polymer emulsion. So the advantages of polymer cement concrete or PCC is first, it has improved workability, strength, and adhesion. Second, it has chemical resistance, impact resistance, and abrasion. Third is it has an increased permeability and reduced absorption. Next. So polymer polymer cement concrete. So it is highly impermeable, meaning the polymer paste in the concrete will help reduce the porosity and microcracks that are formed in cement matrix. This acts as an additional binding material other than the Portland cement used. Second, it is high durability. It means of this prevents chemical attacks, water penetration, and hence no chance of corrosion. The internal microcracks in cement matrix too is prevented. This increases the life of the structure. Resistance to weathering condition, meaning the PCC structure being impermeable, they are less affected by the changing weather conditions. Next. So the application of PCC, first, bridge deck coverings. The use of PCC helps to provide highly impermeable and a watertight surface that will prevent the ingress of moisture and chlorides, thus avoiding reinforcement, corrosion, spelling, and microcracks. Second, it can also be used for construction, increased chemical resistance properties. High physical and mechanical properties make it best choice for industrial for construction. These are also used in pavement construction where the area is subjected to heavy traffic. Next. So last type of is polymer concrete or PC is a mixture of polymer binder and aggregate. So polymer concrete in here, Portland cement is not used. So polymer possesses a higher strength concrete, but due to its prohibitive cost, its use is being limited to bridge deck or repair of swell joints. Next. So Where can we use polymer concrete? It can be used on first is a repair to corrosion damaged concrete. Second is pre-stressed concrete. You can also be used in nuclear power plants, electrical industrial construction, marine works. We have prefabricated structural components like acid tanks, manholes, drains, highway. Seven is waterproofing of structures, and last is the sewage works and desalination plants. Next. So, icebreaker guys, same ra gyapon ang way sa ilaha ganina. So, first is next. So, jumbled words. So, it is a Portland cement concrete impregnated with no monomer after curing. So, go. Sino nakauna? I think. So, ang correct answer is polymer impregnated concrete. So, next. So it is entrapment of air in concrete mixture in the form of evenly distributed small bubbles. It is used to increase the concrete resistance to surface scaling caused by this dicing with calcium or sulfur. Taysa, mag-time ko, gawin na lang mo. So, 1, 2, 3, go. Sino nakauna? I think si Gwyneth ang nakauna sa basahe. So, last. Is the old traditional and most widely used method in determining the consistency of concrete. Ay saha, wala pa ako nag-go. 1, 2, 3, go. Nakauna. Si Peralta. So, ang correct na answer is slump test. That would be all. Thank you.